What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jack Rabbit here, back with another Power Rangers video. Gonna try not to almost do the Power Rangers Dino Charge opening there like I usually do. Because we are talking RPM. In honor of the special coming out in a couple of days, I'm going to break down seasons 1, 2, and 3 of Mighty Morphin, including Alien Rangers. I technically count that as part of season 3. It was like a mini arc, so I might make that a mini arc episode? I don't know yet. I haven't decided yet. Originally I was going to do this as all one big video, but man, as I was recording, I discovered how long of a video that was going to end up being, especially if I really get into detail with the episodes, which I'm going to try not to do, to keep this short. Yeah, keep this short. Yeah, look who's talking. Yeah, it's probably not going to be kept short, everybody, just so you know. But okay, so let's get into it. Oh, before we do that, though, and talk about weapons and such, go check out my buddies at SaberMasters.com. They sell lightsabers and lightsabers accessories like wall mounts and stuff like that. Not a bad price. I don't know what deals they're running right now because I haven't been on their site in a little while because I don't need to. But if you use my discount code, Jack, all uppercase, J-A-C-K, 67110, you'll save $10 on your order. No matter how much you spend, you save $10. And it helps out the channel too, so that's always appreciated as well. So, yeah, there's that. So, yeah, that's the plan there. Okay, so let's get this started. I'm going to first start going over the characters. I'm going to try not to get too wordy with the explanations because I don't want to get this video to end up being an hour long. Yeah. Alright, so we'll start off with the Rangers first, and then we'll go on. Okay, so we're going to start off, and I'm going to kind of do reverse morph order. Okay, if you know what I mean. So, I'm going to start off with Red Ranger and then go down. So, Red Ranger Jason, played by Austin St. John, who, at the time of filming, was the youngest member of the team. They're all supposed to be like the same age, but he was actually the youngest. He was only, I think it was, if I remember right, 15 or 16 when they started filming. So, yeah, there was that. Just a little tidbit about the actor there, because I felt like throwing that in there. But yeah, so he was the leader of the team. He was a, I'm trying to think. He was a black belt. I want to say he was a 3rd or 4th degree. I can't tell. I'm trying to remember how many marks were on his black belt when we see it. He was either 3rd or 4th degree. I cannot remember, but he was a black belt in karate. So he was already a good fighter before his Zord, which I'm going to talk more about later, is a Tyrannosaurus. He had a lot of good episodes, actually. But Gun Ho, one of my favorites, which I will mention later in episode recommendations. But yeah, he was the leader of the team. He had some good fights with Goldar, even outside on North, like during Green with Evil. So there's that. And then, so next would be Kimberly, the Pink Ranger, played by Amy Jo Johnson. Every 90s guy's first crush if you watch Power Rangers. Guilty as charged. Hey, I'll say it. I'll admit it. It's all good. I'll admit it. Yeah, so there's that. As I said, almost every 90 guy's original crush, Amy Jo Johnson. Kimberly, she was a gymnast at the start. I'm not sure if she had really any karate experience. I would say by the way she flips, oh gosh. I think she's the one that flips Skull in the first episode. The way she flips him, I think she might have either had some training from Jason or some self-defense or something. she's definitely learned some form of fighting. Now, Kimberly has a lot of good episodes, but most of her good episodes do not show up. I can't remember any on top of my head besides that are in season 1. Season 3, yeah, there's a few in there, but we won't talk about them because we're talking about season 1 right now. But yeah, so there's that. So yeah, again, I liked her character. I mean, it's Kimberly, but too bad she's not going to be in the special, but that's okay. You know, actress didn't want to come back. I get it. You do you. Especially since she's not really acting anymore. She's doing more behind the camera work, which is where I expected her to come back for the special. If she came back at all, to be honest. So, yeah. Okay, so next would be Billy. The one that's got the biggest question marks coming into the special, but he was the tech geek. He was the geek. Now, David Yost, the actor, I found out by watching some behind the scene, some interviews he did, was actually a gymnast. So he could do the flips and all that pretty well before doing the show. Apparently that's how he got on the show. But his character-wise, Billy could not fight to save his life at the beginning. So I don't know how he fights when he's morphed. That'd be nice to be explained. But we'll never get that explained. It's probably there's something in the headset display that tells him what to do, I would assume. But he also did a lot of repair on the Zords. Him and Trini both, who I will talk about Trini later. Matter of fact, I'll talk about Trini next, actually, matter of fact. So, there's that. Actually. Billy had some focus episodes, but my problem with Billy, I can't remember if his focus episodes are in season, besides, like, one of his coolest ones I know is in season 3, but I can't remember if some of his are in season 1 or 2. Like, Bad Reversal or something like that, or there's like an evil Blue Ranger, like a copy of him from a statue. I think it's in season 2, though. I can't be for sure on that. So that's why I'm not going to mention any focus episodes for him. At all. Because I can't remember where his focus episodes are. And then after that, next is Trini. R.I.P. to the actress. The actress. I'm sorry, Twee Tran. Not good at pronouncing that name. Which, R.I.P. You're very well missed. Too bad I didn't get a chance to meet you. Then again, the only one of the original, OG, I've never met any of the OG cast. The original 5. I'm talking about the original 5 here. As I said, original 5. I've not had a chance to meet any of them yet. I want to. Oh boy. When I get a chance, I'm going to, but I haven't had a chance yet. But when I get a chance, I'm going to. But, okay, so, so there's, so Trini, she does have some fighting experience. I'm not sure how much, but yeah, and she's also very close with Billy at the beginning of the show. Yeah, Billy and her are very close at the beginning of the show, which leads into High Five, one of her focus episodes, because apparently she's afraid of heights and all that. And I have not been mentioning who pilots what Zords. I apologize. I will go through that when I go through each Zord. And my thoughts on each Zord. I apologize for that. Too stupid. I meant to do that. But, yeah. So, and she's one that leaves. I forgot to say this was Jason. But she is one that leaves early season 2. Midway through season 2 because of contractual disputes. But again, that's during season 2. I will talk more about details about that when I do my season 2 breakdown. And then we get the man Zach, who is awesome. He has karate experience. I believe he's also a black belt, just like Jason. But he's also a very good dancer. He actually develops, which Walter Jones actually did do, his own version of karate called Hip Hop Keto. Really cool. That'd be cool to learn. But yeah, so that's really cool. And he does have some focus episodes. My favorite, the one I will mention, is Happy Birthday, Zach. Yeah, because I know that's during season 1. Yeah, I mean, sorry, birthday episode. I mean, come on, those are always cool. Unless it's during Turbo. We won't mention that one. I will do that when I get to Turbo. Because I want to do all the seasons, but I want to get the MMPR done by the special. But, so, now what's next is, now next, last but certainly not least, is our Green Ranger. Tommy Oliver, portrayed by the late, great Jason David Frank, who I did get a chance to meet. And I think some people said they had issues with him. I don't know how. Unless you just caught him, like, out in public or something. But at conventions, he was a sweetheart to me. I mean, he offered to sign my morpher even though I didn't pay him to. I didn't have him do it because, I wanted to play with the thing. I'll be honest, that's the one I liked playing with. My Legacy Green Ranger morpher was my favorite to play with. Which probably means, as long as it's not too glitchy like the Lightning Collection one I have, probably means the Master Morpher is going to be my favorite to play with when that comes out. But yet, Tommy Oliver doesn't come in until Green with Evil, which is his mini arc where he's evil. But, yeah, he's a lot of a fun character while he's around during Season 1. He's not around the entire Season 1. He's only around for a few episodes, because that's what he originally was contracted for. But then they bring him back late in the season during Return of an Old Friend, which I don't know who developed these titles. I would have called it Return of a Friend because he's not really old. But okay, maybe it is Return of a Friend. I might be wrong on that. It's either Return of a Friend or Return of an Old Friend. I think it's Old Friend though. But yeah. And then he's with the show basically besides a few episodes through the rest of the run. But yeah, Green Ranger was always my favorite. I mean, I'm not going to gush here about the Green Ranger, but he was always my favorite. Okay, allies-wise, we've got, that actually know who the Rangers are, Zordon and Alpha. That is it. Zordon is the floating tube mentor, who's a interdimensional being from the planet Eltar. And then we have his mysterious robot sidekick, or fully automaton, whatever Billy says during the first episode, because I cannot pronounce what he said. He went way too geeky even for me. And that's saying something, because I can keep up with geeky. and it's been a while since I've watched the episode. That's mostly why, it's because it's been a while since I watched the episode. I think I actually did say it right, actually. But if I didn't, I apologize. But we know I'm the botch master, so it's okay. But as I was saying, he's mysterious robot psychic Alpha 5, who runs the command center, basically, because Zordon's a floating tube. In a time warp tube. But yeah, and we find out more about her Alpha's backstory at the beginning of season 3. But I won't talk about that until we get to season 3. So, more about Alpha 5 later. Do love Alpha 5, though. I mean, he's awesome. Especially a few times he actually does lead the command center, which he's really, really not supposed to do. Like during Wannabe Ranger. Yeah, Wannabe Ranger, she couldn't reach the Rangers. And there was this kid that was going to get hurt if Alpha didn't do something. So Alpha... Was that Wannabe Ranger? Yeah, I think that was Wannabe Ranger. Yeah, because the monster was was Billy looked at, which I believe was season 1. That might have been season 2. So, whoops. If that was season 2, sorry. But I think that was season 1. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. It's not one I'm going to bring up again later. Let's just say that. But yeah, so that's the Allies. But other fun characters, Ernie from Ernie's Juice Bar. I mean, do I have to say more? It was Ernie. He was awesome. I still question how he did not know who the Rangers were. I think he did and just didn't say nothing because he was just that cool of a guy. You know. Okay, and they're not really allies, but they're not really antagonists either. The comic relief duo, Bulk and Skull. Hilarious. You can't beat the originals, and you can't repeat the originals. Samurai, you got close with Spike, but Spike was just kind of annoying. But when you brought Skull back during the but when you brought Skull back during the finale, Samurai, chef kiss. Just that one scene of Skull was just hilarious. It proved that Jason Navi and Paul Schreiber, I think is how you say his name, which I would like to meet these two too, especially meet them together, because, yeah, it's those two. They're hilarious. I definitely have some fun taking a picture. Because I definitely tell the guys, I'm like, alright, because you guys are hilarious in the comedy section. We gotta do a funny picture. I mean, I'm gonna tell them that. If I ever get to meet those two. Definitely. Have some fun with them. But yeah, just that scene. I mean, they hadn't lost their touch. But, yeah. They were supposed to be the school bullies, but they weren't very good bullies. But they were hilarious. So it didn't matter. I mean, other than them not going to class thing, stuff like that, and doing bad grades, they were not the world's greatest bullies. I mean, none of the Rangers were really scared of them. Just thinking about Bulk and Skull and their antics, I'm not going to go through all their antics. It's just hilarious. I mean, even when they're trying to figure out who the Rangers are, their antics are still hilarious. And, let's see. Now I'm trying to think of something else. Now we're going on to villains. So, of course, we got the big dad, Rita Repulsa. After 10,000 years, I'm free. It's time to conquer Earth. Sorry, terrible Rita impression. Barbara Goodson does such a better job. Thank God she's back in the special. During the voice for Robo Rita. Because she does a lot better than I do. Yeah, no more doing that. I mean, I'm going to let you slide on Lord Zed, R.I.P., but I'll get on that during season 2. But no more, mimic voice people, please, Hasbro. Please stop doing that. It's not funny. If the person can still do it, please offer them money to come back, like Goldar Maximus. Well, Goldar Maximus, I'll let you slide too, because he was supposed to be kind of upgraded version, so it was kind of supposed to be different. But yeah, so Rita Repulsa. Funny fact about Rita Repulsa, okay? So throughout, she's a sorceress and all that. She never actually gets into an actual physical fight with the Rangers. She goes down to Earth to do things. Like some things she does during season 2, which I'll go over when I do season 2. But she never actually gets into a physical fight with the Rangers. So naturally, she's never actually defeated until in space. She never goes boom. She never goes boom because she never gets in a fight with them. Which is not a bad strategy. But that's what she has her big, annoying, sometimes annoying, golden monkey for. A.K.A. Goldar. Yes, I'm sorry, I'll be honest, I write a fan fiction, and I made a Goldar's son thing, and yeah, who's still like a monkey alien like he is, and yeah, I have the Rangers insult him, calling him a space monkey and stuff. Funny. But yeah, Goldar. I love Goldar. I'm sorry. I love me some Goldar. I'm sorry. So the 2017 did not do Goldar justice. I'm sorry. Sorry, the big gold statue thing. You took the gold thing a little too literally on that one. But yes, Goldar, one of my favorite villains. During Season 1, he actually gets some good looks on the Rangers. Like, seriously, he actually does some damage to the Rangers. So he's not a slouch during Season 1, but slowly as the show goes on, he kind of slowly becomes more of a joke character, especially during Season 3. But he's still badass. Sorry, he's still a badass. It's like when he gets his wings back, he becomes stupid. What the heck? What is his wings cutting off the thing? Okay, I'll go over that when I do Season 2. But, okay, so after that, you get Squad and Babu. They're kind of like the Bulk and Skull for the villains. I don't think they ever get in a fight either. They do some work for Rita. Like, getting stuff for her on Earth. But they never get into a fight. So naturally, they're never actually destroyed either. They never go boom. Goldar, he go boom a few times. And here's another one who never goes boom, because he doesn't get in a fight with the Rangers, because his job's not to get in a fight with the Rangers. My man, Finster. Finster, his job, literally, the only reason he exists, I don't know if he has a Japanese counterpart. I know Goldar does. I don't know about Squad and Babu, but I don't know if he does. I assume Finster does. But his only job, literally, is to create the monsters. So, he does a good job. It's not his fault that the Rangers seem to always beat his monsters and create more putties. I'm sure that job keeps him busy. Figuring since how often the Rangers make the putties go boom. Defeat the putties. So, I'm sure he's quite busy creating more putties. But yeah, so Finster, awesome character. And his Lightning Collection figure is one of the best. But yeah, so there's that. So then the next thing, I'm going to say thing, we're going to talk the Zords. There's not that many Zords, but we all have to go over it. First, the Tyrannosaurus Zord, piloted by the Red Ranger Jason. Awesome Zord. Really cool. His little T-Rex arms. But he does get into some fights with some monsters by himself, and he can handle himself. Next up, we'll do Trini Zord, the saber-tooth tiger. I like it, but it doesn't ever, just like the rest of the Zords, doesn't ever get into a fight by itself with a monster or anything. So, but it's a cool Zord. I mean, it's got legs, so it's not terrible. I mean, the only time it uses the wheels it has on its legs are during when they become tank mode for the Megazord. And next up, we'll do Billy, the Triceratops, piloted by Billy. And his Zord has treads, which I think is a weird choice that it has like tank treads on it and no legs. I guess to make it different, so that way Triceratops and Saber-tooth Tiger don't have the exact same transformation. But I always thought that was a weird choice. But that's not Saban's fault. That's Zulu Ranger fault, which I'll explain what Zulu Ranger is here in a little bit after I finish Zords. Next up, Pterodactyl Zord. It's the Pterodactyl. It doesn't do much. It is cool. That is Kimberly's Zord. I think she's the one that mentioned speakers. It was either her or Zach that said something about speakers. Or surround sound system or something like that when they first piloted the Zords. Can't remember who said it. Again, it's been a while since I've watched Day of the Dumpster. And last but certainly not least, we got Zach with the Mastodon. Man, that thing's awesome Zord. Doesn't do much, but it's an awesome Zord. And of course, all the Zords can combine to form the Tank mode and the Megazord mode for the Megazord. So that's cool. Now, next up, Tommy Zord, which is the Dragon Zord. That thing's badass. Sorry. That does get in plenty of fights with monsters by itself. And it does a pretty good job. I don't think it ever actually has a finisher. And Tommy, all but maybe 2 or 3 times, doesn't get, doesn't, if it doesn't, get, how do I put it? If it doesn't get, crap, I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, so it actually does pretty good. He doesn't pilot the Zord all but a few times in the actual cockpit. He normally just pilots it with his flute. So that's cool. That's different. Last Zord, it is a Zord, and it is Season 1, Titanus. I'm not sure how they summon the thing. The show never explains it. They just say, we need Ultra Zord power, and then Titanus just shows up. Like, there is no explanation of how they summon the thing. I don't know if Alpha does something in the command center, or what. There is no explanation how they summon these things. Unlike in future years where they explain the Ultra Zord, Titanus never gets no explanation. He is automaton. He is cool. He is huge. One of the reasons why I'm glad I don't have him right now, because I don't know what I would do with his butt. Like where I would display him and all that. But yeah, so there's that. I said I don't know what I would. So yeah, there's that. He just gets no explanation how he shows up. He just shows up. Like, I don't know how he would know the Rangers need him to summon the Ultra Zord. They're like, hey, Titanus, we need you. We need to summon the Ultra Zord. I don't know how he would know. Show never explains it. It's not like they say, oh, Jason has a special device or something that they can use to summon the Titanus. Because it doesn't make sense that, I would assume when the Rangers are calling the Zords, Alpha's also hitting something in the command center. But for Titanus, that doesn't exactly make sense. They don't exactly explain that for nothing. Okay, so now I'm going to go over, for the last few minutes of this video, episodes I'm going to recommend. Or good episodes. Mostly it's the multi-parters, I'll be honest. Those are some of my favorites. Or good ones to watch, especially before the special. So, I'm going to start off, not a multi-parter, but I'm going to start off with this one. We got Day of the Dumpster, the first episode. You know what, I'm just going to tell you now. First 2 episodes, Day of the Dumpster and High Five. Day of the Dumpster's first episode. High Five, that is the Trini-focused episode where about her height, being afraid of heights, and also is the introduction of the communicators. So that's both of those episodes. Oh, Food Fight's another one. It's one of my favorites. Happy Birthday, Zach's another. Alright, then we're just going to start going into multi-parters. But Green with Evil, one of my favorites. Definitely check that one out. 5 episodes. Still one of the best arcs out of Power Rangers. To this day. Still one of the best arcs. Mini arcs. I mean, no offense to Alien Rangers there in Season 3, but yeah. It's, yeah, so there's that. And next up is, crappers. Next up is, Gun Home. Gun Home, the introduction episode of Titanus, actually. And he's not exactly friendly in that episode either. But that's another good episode. Then we got, there's Green Candle, 2-parter. It's a good one. Oh, gosh. Did I say Happy Birthday, Zach already? Well, if I didn't, Happy Birthday, Zach. Then you've got Doomsday, which was originally supposed to be the finale, but Fox Kids ordered extra episodes. So there's that. Return of a Friend, or Return of an Old Friend. Check that episode out. Those episodes out. I think that's pretty much it for season 1, I think. It's hard to remember what season 1 and season 2. A few season 2s run together. So I think I'm going to call that for season 1. That'll at least get you going. Alright, I'm going to upload 2 more of these before the special comes out on Wednesday. So it may not be tomorrow Saturday, or Sunday. I might do one Monday. But yeah, those are good episodes to check out. If you guys get any questions, put them down below in the comments. I will try my best to answer them. Whether it's speculation about the special, whatever, go down below. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Ask away. I can answer any question, pretty much PR related. And if I can't answer it right away, I can get back to you. I will check you guys later. Goodbye.